Hey, my name is Sam Leicht, and today I'm going to take you through some of my favorite exercises. Welcome back to another lightning video. Today we are learning how to do the push-up. I know that the push-up can seem kind of daunting, so I'm going to be giving you tons of tips in this video to help you work your way up. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please follow, like, comment, subscribe, but more importantly, if you are willing and able, please consider donating to the Marsha P Institute, which protects the human rights of Black transgender people. The link is in the description. So before we start, I want to go over what the ideal push-up consists of, right? So I don't have the perfect push-up, but I'm going to give you some of the points of performance that we want to be keeping in mind while we're learning the push-up. So first things first, we want to make sure that our wrists are about shoulder width apart and they are directly underneath our shoulders. From here, we're gonna find our plank position. I'm gonna tuck my tail. So I don't wanna have an arch position because that's gonna lead to us really dropping our hips when we're doing the push-up, right? So thinking about tucking our tails, really squeezing my belly button to my spine. This is our starting position for the push-up. From here, I'm going to think about letting my elbows stay close to my body, going back, touching my chest to the ground, and then pushing back up to full lockout. So a couple of things we want to avoid. When we are doing that push-up, we want to avoid having too wide of a stance, too narrow of a stance. There are tons of different variations to push-ups that we can do, but until we get really comfortable with just a regular push-up, we shouldn't be worrying about those variations. We also want to think about, like I said before, making sure that our hips are not the first thing to drop in a push-up, right? We want to think about tucking our tail, making sure that our body is lowering at the same rate as we go down. Other thing I don't want to see is that if you're doing a full push-up with no scaling option in a workout, I don't want to see you doing these half push-ups, right? Because we've got so many options that we can do to scale back the push-up, make it a little bit easier, that you can do in a workout that will allow you to get a full range of motion. The wall push-up is going to be our easiest scaling option for the push-up. So if you feel like the push-up is kind of a long ways away, let's try the wall push-up. We're going to set up exactly the same. Elbows are by our side, hands are about shoulder width apart. From here, I am going to keep my elbows close to my body, go down as far as I can, and then press back up. Keep my elbows close, press back up. So if the wall push-up is feeling a little too easy for you, the next progression that we have is for the box push-up. This is my preferred scaling option for the push-up. You can always do knee push-ups if you don't have a box. We'll talk about those next. But my preferred scaling option is the box push-up. Best thing about the box push-up is that dependent upon your skill level, we can always change the box to be appropriate for you. The higher the box is, the more of your body weight that we're kind of taking away from that push-up, and the easier that push-up will be. The lower the box, the harder that push-up will be. So this is gonna be, actually not that much less difficult than a push-up that I would do on the floor. But let me just demonstrate using this box today. So we are going to find our plank position. I'm thinking about bringing my belly button to my spine, really pushing the floor away with my shoulders. Again, my wrists are directly underneath my shoulders, just shoulder width apart. From here, my elbows are gonna go back, touch my chest to the box, and then push back up. So for all these scaling options, yes, we're taking away a little bit of the body weight that you're pushing up with, but the mechanics stay the same. Our elbows are gonna stay back by our sides so that we're really protecting our shoulders, we're keeping our core tight, we're not letting our back flail, okay? The second scaling option we have for the push-up, if we are doing it inside of a workout, is the knee push-up. So we can cross our feet in the back, make sure our core is staying nice and tight. Again, hands are about shoulder width apart, directly underneath our shoulders. Our elbows are gonna stay close to our sides. We're gonna press our chest to the ground and then push back up. By going on our knees, we're taking a lot of our body weight out of this movement, so this should be a little bit easier as well. So the wall push-up, the box push-up, the knee push-up, these are great options to scale the push-up in a workout. So say that you had a workout that was 3 rounds for time of 10 squats, 10 push-ups, and 10 sit-ups. These would be great options so that you don't spend 90% of the workout trying to pound out those push-ups, right? If you are looking to strengthen your push-ups, and we're kind of taking it out of that timed workout setting, here are some tips of how to strengthen the movement. first option that everyone can do is the negative push-up. So we will set up just like a normal push-up. Wrists underneath our shoulders, shoulder width apart. Find our plank position, tuck our tail. From here, we are going to go down on a tempo. I like to go down on a 5 count of a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. And then you are going to control that movement as long as you can, and then push yourself back up to start another rep. The cool thing about this movement is that you can change the tempo to whatever you want. It can be a 3-second tempo, it can be a 10-second tempo, but working that eccentric portion, that way down, is super, super beneficial in building strength for that way up, right? And it doesn't necessarily cost as much energy. So we can do a 5-second tempo on the way down. We can do a 3-second tempo, which would look like this. 3, 2, 1. Push back up. 3, 2, 1. Push back up. So that's the first option, the negative push-up. Second option, which are really tough, are the tempo push-ups. So one of my favorite tempos for this push-up is a 3-3-3-1 tempo, which means that I will be going down on a 3 count, holding at the bottom for a 3 count, and going up for a 3 count, holding for at the top for a 1 count before I start my next rep. So it's gonna look like this. 3, 2, 1, hold, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, hold, down, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. So this is going to be a more advanced technique that's gonna be super beneficial for people who already have a push-up, but who are looking to kind of take their push-up to the next level. One of the options we have for training a push-up is the partial push-up. So I never want you to use this option when you are inside of a workout because I think it leads to really sloppy reps, but it's a really great option for when we are doing strength work for our push-up. We will find some pillows. We will set up exactly the same as we have been. Wrists underneath our shoulders, nice high plank position. Elbows will stay back by our sides. We'll go down, chest touches the pillows, and then press back up. We're doing a partial push-up, making sure that everything is staying nice and tight. We're doing the exact same push-up that we would without the pillows, right? The nice thing about this movement is that as you get stronger, as you get better at it, we can take a pillow away and get a lower range of motion for that push-up until we can put all those pillows away and do a full push-up. So this last one is a game I love to play with all my athletes. It can be a very advanced game, but it can be for any levels if we use our scaling options of knee push-ups or box push-ups. How this game works. We are going to be in the top of our push-up position. This is gonna be a 5. This is a 4, 3, 2, and then 1 is laying on the ground. We're gonna start in that 5, and then my boyfriend Jared is going to call out numbers, and I'm gonna go to the number that corresponds with what he says. I don't know what numbers he's gonna do. All I can say is that this is really tough, and I would like you to try it with me. Alrighty, Jared, do your worst, starting in a 5.
4, 2, 5, 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 4.
Slow down a little bit.
2, 3, 5, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 5.
Okay, that's enough. You see my point. You can ask your friend to call out numbers for you. It's a tough game, but it's a great game for learning motor control for the push-up. And you know, it's kind of fun sometimes. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Of your time on the push-up. On the push-up.